So here we are concluding the episode 3 of Tamhini Ghat. Now before I conclude everything regarding what we did in the last part of Tamhini, I want to just take you a little back and tell you how we started the journey. Like quick information about when we started, from where we started, why we started at that time, how will help you if you start at that time. Okay, so listen carefully so that you don't get caught up while traveling to Tamhini Ghat. हम मुंबई बोरिवली से निकले थे मॉर्निंग 6 AM को. यहाँ से निकलने के बाद हमने अंधेरी पहुँचने के जस्ट अंधेरी में पवई पहुँचने के जस्ट पहले पेट्रोल फिल किया बाइक में, और वहाँ से हम डायरेक्ट निकले और हॉल्ट लिया खंडाला घाटी में. वहाँ हमने ब्रेकफास्ट किया. तो यहाँ से वहाँ पहुँचने तक का जो टाइम था वो अराउंड 1.5 आवर लगा हमें. 1.5 आवर चलो पकड़ लेते, 1.5 आवर लगा. वहाँ हमने हाफ एन आवर स्पेंड किया, ब्रेकफास्ट, चाय पिया, ब्रेकफास्ट खाया, और फिर वहाँ से हम निकल पड़े आगे एम्बी वैली की तरफ. हम ट्रैफिक को अवॉइड करने के लिए जितना मैक्सिमम जल्दी हो सके हम निकल जाते हैं. जैसे हम 4 बजे भी निकले हैं, 4:30 बजे भी निकले हैं सुबह. ये राइड पे 6 बजे निकले हैं क्योंकि ये वीकेंड था, और वीकेंड पे मोस्टली जो मॉर्निंग ट्रैफिक होता है वो वैसे ही थोड़ा कम हो जाता है. और मॉर्निंग 6 o'clock तो सवाल ही नहीं है दैट इतना ट्रैफिक मिले रास्ते पे. बट आप आगे पहुँचते पहुँचते जैसे चेंबूर, सायन वगैरह पहुँचते ईस्टर्न एक्सप्रेस हाईवे पहुँचते हुए थोड़ा सा व्हीकल ज़्यादा आपको दिखने लगेंगे रास्ते पे. बट ठीक है, आपको ट्रैफिक नहीं मिलेगा. वो स्लो ट्रैफिक, आप अटक जाओ, फिर साइड से चलाना पड़े, आपको मैनूवर करके जाना पड़े आगे, वो नहीं होता है सुबह. तो इससे ट्रैफिक अवॉइड हो जाता है और आप लोनावला जल्द से जल्द पहुंच जाते हो. आपको ना कि खंडाला घाट पे ट्रैफिक मिल जाएगा, लोनावला के अंदर ट्रैफिक मिलेगा, कहीं ट्रैफिक नहीं मिलेगा अगर आप सुबह जल्दी निकल रहे हो तो. Everything that you saw in part 1 and part 2. Now, those were thrilling roads, off-road, trail roads, jungle roads, and everything. Now, this part has amazing roads. It is built of concrete, it is built of tar. But the most exciting part of this video is going to be when we start climbing the Tamhini Ghat. And the most exciting part, the most scariest part also for riders or drivers, whether you go in your car or your bike, is at the end of this video. So watch the full video, don't skip it, because I want you to experience each and every part of this hill. This was the quickest patch of the entire circuit that we did. So now what you see is Mahesh is there in front, I'm riding behind him. The road is made out of concrete, and this was a huge road. I mean, this, if you see, you will see just two-way, but before this there was a bigger road. I think it was almost 3 or 4 lane road, and perfectly built. The good part of this road is that we were very quick on this road. We were fast, and we got super curves. What you see is we are diving in the curve very perfectly, and the curve isn't getting over at all. We are still going on and on the curve and enjoying it thoroughly. We just thought that we should get more and more such deep curves like this, which never ends. Even before starting the Tamhini Ghat, the curves here on this road, this one single patch of road where there are both ways traffic ongoing, this road had some beautiful curves. We were able to explore our bike, our skills. We also saw some cows here, and which suddenly came on the blind turns. But I tell you that Adventure 390, the KTM Adventure 390, is super helpful when it comes to all the electronics that are provided on the bike. So that extra money that you pump in while buying the bike is actually very helpful in these situations. So talking more about this road is super smooth. There are no rough patches here. There are no potholes. It's well maintained, and you will find all kind of curves. Long curves, steep curves, very short curve, blind curves. So all kind of experience you are going to explore on this road. Plus the scenic moments that you can capture here. So let's say that with an action camera, you're also a photographer who is a bike enthusiast who loves to ride. So along with your action cam, if you carry some digital camera, you'll be able to capture some super kick-ass moments here. We did find some traffic here, and the people here, I don't know, they can come from anywhere, but I think these people are coming from such environments where people don't actually look in their rear view mirror to understand who is coming from their left or right. Now this curve was very beautiful, the curve that you just saw. We were very quick here. If you see, Mahesh is usually quicker on straight roads, on turns, because he likes to put that punch in his throttle every time he's on the road, whether he's on local roads or whether he goes for a ride. And see, this is Tamhini Ghat. It has already started. Now why we stopped over here is because we saw a mandir on the right hand side of the road. This was a very old Shiv mandir. We thought of going over there, but then we thought if we go over there, then we might get delayed where we had to go. So hence we decided not to stop there and keep on going. We are having a quick conversation about sharing some thoughts about how old the mandir is. And as I was a first timer on the Tamhini Ghat, I was making sure that the Tamhini Ghat has started. So yes, it has started. The roads are very narrow. It's a very narrow road, but the curves are beautiful. You know what I'm talking about. When I talk about curves, it's like all smiles on our face. Be careful of such buses, because while they take a turn, a blind curve, then they usually don't think that there are bikers going to be there. They are in their own thoughts and they continue taking their turns. So be careful, enjoy the environment, enjoy the scenery, the green trees that you all are seeing in the video right now. While you watch us, please try to learn what we do on the road, how we ride, on which side of the road do we ride, what kind of lane we maintain while turning, how do we lean, what lean angles do we maintain on an ADV. Because if you have a better bike, if you have a bike which is actually made to ride on a track, there will be a different view, different angle that you will obviously see during curves. But KTM Adventure ADV is not so bad on curves as well. It gives you the feeling that you are looking for to enjoy your curves. So here we find some localites. They were trying to go home, and then we were trying to dodge them and go in front of them so that we don't miss curves. And we found some more cars ahead of us. We are trying to dodge them and move ahead. Chalo yaar, aage jaldi chalo. Let us not waste any curve on this ghat, because curves are so precious. I'm talking about the roads, by the way. But yes, jokes apart, this is enjoyable. See, now what happened is that last time I think Mahesh had come and he had waited on this dhaba that you see on the right hand side. So we waited here. But then what I told him, it's already 12 p.m. and we might as well eat our lunch. So instead of waiting here, we won't get lunch here. So we then quickly went ahead and we proceeded to the next hotel that he knew because he had been here before. But that was monsoon and the scenery, the environment here is very different in monsoon. You like it better than what you see right now. But for us, this was one of the amazing moments that we had on the Ghat. So we did park our bike, we did get down from our bike, but then we thought, now let's go ahead. If you want to have lunch, then why wait here and have a sip of tea now? Instead, we'll wait later and have a sip of tea later somewhere. So now you'll see that we are proceeding for lunch. And we had the worst experience during lunch. That guy who was there, we did ask him whether food is available. So now you see how see the moment, the bus that came, right? So we were so engrossed in taking the turns, we never thought that the bus will be there right in front of our face, but then it was. So that is what we try to teach you all by showing all these moments that we capture in the video, that even when you're enjoying, you have to be conscious about the vehicles that come right on your face from the opposite side. Even while you're doing curves, while you're entering the corner, you have to be careful about the vehicles which are there in front of you. If you're not, and if they suddenly brake, if they decide to take a break, right, if they decide to slow down drastically, so it should not happen that you go and crash into them and create a problem for yourself and them too. So be aware, be careful, be conscious about the environment and then proceed. So now in few moments you will see the restaurant that we went to. It's like a dhaba, not a restaurant. But then see, we are at good speeds over here. We are almost at 95 riding on these roads. Yeah, managing the curves. As soon as the straight stretch comes, we are almost at 105 very quickly, because KTM does it. KTM gives us that thrust to go at that speed very quickly. Yeah, so right on your right, now you'll see the dhaba that we go and have lunch. Yeah, this is the one. I recommend, if you're going in summer, don't go here. You'll be very disappointed. We were disappointed. Eventually, we just had to eat dal rice because that guy had nothing. We tried ordering 2-3 dishes, but then eventually he had to come and tell us that that dish is not there. So our lunch is done. It was boring, but then we filled our stomach so that we get some energy, carbohydrates, some glucose, and with dal, yes, of course, protein, and then we proceeded ahead. A boring lunch. When you get some good roads, you want to ride hard, but then you feel your brain is already telling you that, hey man, give me some rest. I need some relaxation time right now. But then you need to convince your mind and your brain that no, boss, come on, wake up. We are on some good roads now. Let's go ride. And now comes the part where we are going to go down the hill. This is going to be exciting. You will see a lot of moments here, a lot of things that I'm going to tell you about the way I feel while I'm on the top of the mountain and I have to climb down or climb up. So the feeling that I usually get when I don't want to miss these turns. These are the best curves that I can get anywhere. But then when I'm at the top of the mountain, right, and it's an uncontrolled environment, my brain tells me that more than having fun, you have to secure yourself. So along with riding, of course, you go ride hard, you enjoy the moment, enjoy the feeling that you get while taking those curves, but at the same time give yourself a pause. Tell yourself that you have to be safe, you have to not push yourself so much, so that so much that you eventually break down. Everybody breaks down. It's not that nobody breaks down. Somebody are scared of heights, somebody when they are riding they are scared of gravel, somebody is scared of off-roading, and it can be many things, right? Somebody is scared of blind turns because when they are taking a turn they are already thinking, what if some vehicles comes right in front of your face? Because cars, when they want to overtake a truck, they do put the cars on the other side of the road, opposite side of the road, and then they try to overtake. What if you are at the same curve, you're already taking a turn, your bike is in a lean angle because you're so engrossed in the curve to complete it, and you're enjoying at the same time, and suddenly a car comes in front of you. So that moment, somebody's scared of what if my tire gives up, what if there's water on the road, oil on the road, what if you are distracted by whatever, right? Your environment, some beautiful environment, some valley which is right towards your right. So anything can happen. Any moment can scare you, any moment can give you goosebumps, और any moment can also tell you that बॉस स्लो हो जाएगी, बस हो गया, कर लिया, बस एंजॉय, चल अभी नीचे चले जाते हैं, कैसे तो करके सीन. Now this curve is so beautiful. You already saw so many curves, but I tell you, these curves are never ending while you're getting down Tamhini Ghat. The feeling is totally different. You feel scared, not scared exactly, but then you feel your heart is pumping blood at a very fast rate. Your heart is pounding, your brain is telling you that go, let's go. You're actually, it's a very mixed feeling. It's a very complicated relation with your bike, your environment, and yourself when you're riding on ghats, especially these ones. Okay, so just take a moment. I'll give you a break. I won't give you lots of yarn. But then, wait. This curve was not ending at all. It was continuing, and we were going to that moment. Alright, a break. Just feel the ghat, and I'll get back to you soon. There are a few moments that I want to tell you what happened. Take a break. Okay, that was a very short break. Sorry to interrupt again, but then I want to tell you that there was a Kawasaki Versys that will overtake me right now. It was a 650. Now this guy was good, on the ghat, but then he had this bike where he was throttling a little, and he got that. Obviously, it is a 650, but then a little punch, and then he just went zoom, right? And he did not do any kide kand with me or with Mahesh. He was riding, in his style, and he just wanted to zip zap zoom again, like how Mahesh was going, because Mahesh is that guy who doesn't feel anything regarding whether he is on a mountain, top of the mountain, or he's just on a track. He just loves it and he does it. Okay, so I try to push myself a little bit here, but within my limits, what I was able to. So see, if you see that I was able to reach him a little bit, but then as and when these curves come, I usually get a bit slower because I'm at the top of the hill and I don't feel very comfortable doing high speed turns when I'm at the top of the hill. If it is a hill where there are good barricades, where there is good safety, or when I'm on the track at the ground level, I don't feel, any risk at all. Any risk. Going back, this guy was riding good and he did cover the curves very fast. But then what I saw is I think he was also riding for the first time. So he did fumble, at some curves. He did overshoot at some curves. But he was trying to catch up with Mahesh. And he was not able to catch up with Mahesh till the end, I would say. I just lost track in between because I was not able to see both of them. Because there was a car or a truck that came in front of me, but then for me this road is unforgettable and I would like to go again on this track. I would call it a track exactly because if this would have been at the ground level, it would have been a track, complete track, like a start and an end. The ghat, the climb would have been the start and and then getting down the hill would have been the end. So it's like a track. Still now, see, we are at the ground level and the roads are still not getting over. The curves are still not getting over. So this was the story of this ghat while climbing down. There are a lot of stories that you will get to see on YouTube regarding this ghat. Go ahead and watch it. Ghost stories, random stories, night stories, morning stories. People not understanding how to ride on this ghat and it has been critical to them. So please be careful when you ride on Tamhini Ghat, especially when you're getting down. Take care of yourself. There are people waiting for you at home. So don't break their trust. Don't break your parents' trust. Don't break your friends' trust. Be safe. Aggression is good, but when it is only controlled. So we call it controlled aggression. Ride with controlled aggression. Okay. So guys, see you in the next video where we have gone with the KTM group. It was an adventure escape. And that adventure escape was in Rajmachi, Lonavala. We were supposed to go to Rajmachi Fort, but then we ended up going to Rajmachi. There is a mandir. I'll give you the details in the video. Look forward to this video. It's a very, very beautiful trail ride. Some great chaps that I met. Great adventure that we had. And I'm waiting for you to see what fun we had on those roads. Alright, see you in the next video. And if you like the video, do like it, subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you keep on getting these notifications whenever we come up with new ride videos.